week on They Think It's All Over, we have two footballers with fabulous World Cup medal collections. Frank Leboeuf won his at the World Cup final in Paris this summer, while Gary Lineker won his by visiting every Esso station in the Greater London area. Join us for They Think It's All Over.
Tonight at 10 on BBC One.
The Men in Black means serious business.
Can you not put some feeling into it? A bit of pizzazz.
You owe me big time.
Yes, big time.
78.
Bingo!
There's a full house in Ballycare Sunday at 8 on BBC One.
I only needed one more number.
A camel with the unnerving name of One-Eyed Bert provides Benedict Allen with the legs he needs for the Gobi Desert, Edge of Blue Heaven, on BBC Two shortly. Here on BBC One, in half an hour, zookeeper Ginty has a chance to become more closely acquainted with the gorillas. First, it's Animal Hospital.
G'day, welcome back to Animal Hospital. When owners bring their animals here, they can usually tell the vet what's happened to their pet, but obviously what they can't do is tell the vet how their pets are feeling. But I can certainly imagine how terrified a rabbit called Bugsy must have felt when he encountered an intruder at home. His owner told vet Gabriel Haggard the whole story.
He's got his own cage in the garden, and last night it was beginning to get dark, and I was doing his food and I heard all this squealing and ran to the kitchen window, which is upstairs, and I see the fox in the pen with him in, the rabbit was in its mouth.
Was he kicking around at that point?
Threw it up in the air and catched it.
Right.
And got it wedged under the cage.
Right.
Squealing, horrible squealing.
Dear, yeah.
That
must have been very frightening.
It was. I just panicked and ran. And when I got downstairs, it had the rabbit pinned under the cage by then. And it could see me, it ran.
Right, and it dropped the rabbit.
Dropped the rabbit, and Bugsy actually came out and jumped straight in its cage.
Poor old Bugsy. Well, let's have a look at you. If you just steady him there, just so he doesn't go off the edge of the table. Just have a look at his colour inside. His mouth, that looks nice, healthy pink colour. So see if we can find any wounds at all, because...
I think one of his ears looked as though it was bleeding.
Yeah, something's bled there, hasn't it? There's loads of dried, caked blood on the inside of the ear. Yeah, there's a big lump of dried blood.
It's inside, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah. There we go. Oh, it's not very nice. I can't actually see a bite inside here.
You can't, can you?
No.
Well, it might be little scratches on his ear.
It could be, but I mean, that's good news. Okay, so if you just hold his paws there, we'll have a look underneath. Oh, fella, take it easy. Often they're quite good in this position. They go into sort of a trance. I can't see any wounds under there at all, actually. So I think really the any wounds that have been inflicted are pretty small. I think he's had a lucky escape.
Yes. One lucky Bugsy.
Yeah, definitely.
Gosh, it's amazing that Bugsy got away with just those superficial scratches. What an ordeal. Another pet that must have felt completely bewildered by her experience this week was a little dog called Sky. When she was brought in to see vet Jeremy Stewart, it was her first visit to the vets.
Hello, Sky. Little puppy. Looking very sorry for yourself, aren't you? It's not so good. What's up with her?
Well, she's actually been sick. Whatever she's eaten, it's coming out both ends, basically.
Right, so she's been sick and got diarrhoea as well?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Seems to have lost a bit of weight.
When she's got this diarrhoea, have you noticed any blood in it at all?
There was a tiny bit of red blood.
Right.
Tiny bit.
Okay. And where did you get her from?
We actually bought her from someone, a friend of a friend.
Oh, right, okay. So you didn't see the mother or the rest of the litter? Okay.
But, I mean, she was eating, she seemed perfectly healthy.
Right. I mean, I would strongly advise that whenever you do consider getting a puppy, that you do see the rest of the litter and the mum and the dad, if at all possible, and ideally the environment that they've grown up in. Now, do you know whether Sky's mum was vaccinated.
I haven't got a clue, to be honest.
Right, okay. My concerns are that she's picked up a little bit of a bug. It's quite an ordeal for her to change homes and to be removed from her litter. And the other thing,
Techniques. Lawrence McGinty, News at 10.
The number of people out of work has gone up, tightening fears of an economic slowdown. The latest figures show unemployment up by almost 7,000 last month to just over 1.3 million. The government's expected to announce £50 million of extra help for Britain's beleaguered farmers after talks with the Prime Minister at Westminster tonight. The cash will compensate those threatened with ruin over plummeting meat prices and the BSE crisis. And the plan for a Kensington garden in memory of Princess Diana is to be scaled down after local opposition. It had called for planting a 2.5-acre site at a cost of £10 million. A smaller garden and memorial walk will replace it. Now sport, the West Indies cricket tour of South Africa, which came to the brink of cancellation over a pay dispute, finally started today, more than a week late. The opening fixture was against a provincial side in Soweto. Our sports correspondent Graham Miller reports.
They were met by a brass band and genuine goodwill in Soweto. The West Indies tour of South Africa finally underway, and everyone wanted a glimpse of their cricketing heroes. As Brian Lara took to the field, the crisis caused by the players' row over pay, which threatened this visit, seemed a world away.
I'm happy to be here. It's nice to see the turnout with the kids. Everybody's feeling really happy and happy to be out here, and I think most importantly, the guys want to play cricket. They want to show off their skills in front of an African city that we've only heard about.
It's the game Soweto have been praying for, the ambition of many just to see their sporting heroes in action here.
It's a privilege for me. That was my dream long ago.
It's a great opportunity that we are going to see stars playing in Soweto, and we can learn something from them.
Despite a short interruption as dogs stopped play, Lara, the West Indian captain, was 65 not out before rain brought an early end to proceedings. For a day in Soweto, they say they'll never forget. Graham Miller, News at 10.
Tennis, and Tim Henman is almost certainly qualified for the world's richest tournament with a victory in the Stockholm Open today. The British #1 beat the South African Wayne Ferreira 7-6, 6-3 to reach the quarter-finals. He's now poised to take his place at the lucrative World Championships in Hanover. And in football, there were 5 matches tonight in the 4th round of the Worthington Cup. Highlights of the games will be shown later tonight on ITV. So if you don't want to know the scores, then you should look away now. The winning numbers in tonight's National Lottery draw were 5, 11, 19, 25, 29 and 49. The bonus number was 12. 4 winners shared the £3.5 million jackpot. And the main headlines again tonight: the United States has sent more troops and fighter aircraft to the Gulf in a clear warning to Iraq that an attack could be imminent. The Foreign Office here has warned Britons against travelling to the area. We had news at 10 tonight at Ypres in Flanders, where the Queen went today. 3 First World War battles were fought in and around the town, and 250,000 British and Empire troops died there, making it a place of cemeteries and pilgrimage. Ypres was destroyed and rebuilt, but 80 years on from the armistice, the Belgians remember and honour those who died there. Our senior foreign correspondent Michael Nicholson has tonight's special report.
Nowhere in the world is the sound of the last post heard so often. And nowhere does it mean so much. Ypres was the first city this century to suffer the martyrdom of war. By 1918, it had been completely destroyed. It's been rebuilt almost exactly as it was, including the massive cathedral stone by stone. Nothing here is more than 80 years old. The people of Ypres have inherited the killing fields of Flanders. They grow up here among the graves of 500,000 men. Inside the cathedral is the War Museum. Blood, sweat and tears set in concrete. The weapons of slaughter now melancholy sculptures. It's more like a shrine, and those who come here come like pilgrims.
We grow up with all this stuff. We grow up with the museum before this one, all the cemeteries around, the Menin Gate, the Last Post. It's a little bit something we're used to, you know. It's just there, and it's always been there.
The fields of Flanders are still lethal. 170 tons of live rounds are still dug up here every year. 500 million were left behind when the war ended, including these, containing the killer chlorine and mustard gas. It will be decades before the fields are really safe again. A few miles beyond Ypres, near Passchendaele, is another museum of sorts, the trenches of the British front line on Sanctuary Wood. 80 years on, they are as they were left on Armistice Day. Here, troops lived and fought in the Flanders mud, and occasionally survived. The thousands of men and boys who at the whistle went over the top to leave this world together. Today, British school children clambered through them, the great-great-grandchildren of ghosts revisited. The teacher tells them that one offensive here lasted 3 months and captured 5 miles of mud at the cost of 250,000 British dead and wounded. Behind the front line in Poperinghe village is Talbot House. Soldiers of all ranks came here for rest and a sing-song. Jeanne Berter was a child then. She made tea for the soldiers, cut them bread and jam. They taught her the piano and their songs. Today, on her 89th birthday, she showed me the photos of them.
You miss them?
I always say the same. We had so many good friends. Yes.
In Flanders fields, the war poet wrote, "The poppies blow between the crosses, row on row."
But there is another poem written elsewhere for another war that is such a fitting tribute to the men who are buried here. It ends with the words, "When you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow, we gave our today." Michael Nicholson, News at 10 in Flanders.
Remembering those who fought and those who died in the Great War. That's News at 10 tonight. Good night.